When Olympic National Park was created under the administration of Franklin D. Roosevelt, President Roosevelt himself came to dedicate the park, and he began a movement that has been a key ingredient to the future of our state and our nation, conservation. While on the Olympic Peninsula, President Roosevelt also made a stop at Lake Quinault Lodge, adding to their history.
We are located in the Olympic National Forest, on the south shore side of the lake, off of 101, 2 miles down South Shore Road. We have beautiful views of the Olympic Mountains as well as the lake. The lodge was built in 1926. It took 10 weeks to build the lodge. In October of 1937, Franklin Delano Roosevelt visited. Today we're celebrating the 70th anniversary of the Olympic National Park, as well as celebrating his visit in October of 1937.
With his wife on the couch doing the knitting.
This is wonderful. I've always admired Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and to actually meet him in a way, I felt like I was actually talking to him and him answering questions. What a thrill. This will be one of the highlights of the trip for sure. Yeah. And the park lodges do that. We call them living history programs because you're living in history almost. It's great.
Well, thank you, my friends, for listening, and may God bless you all. Thank you.
We're just gonna go out to the middle of the lake and capture a vista of the mountains up in the National Park and the National Forest. And then we'll scooch straight across to July Creek where there's some old growth forest. Should make some really pretty pictures. You're a good boat driver.
That way a little?
Uh-huh, that way, yeah. You can turn it.
Left or right?
Which way is right and which way is left?
That way is right and that way is left.
That's correct. So let's go straight. He's sitting up there on the very top of that tree. We have both of them sitting there today. For me, this area has so many things to offer. We have the bald eagles nesting here and the ospreys. We have the magnificent Roosevelt elk, which is the largest of all of our elk species in North America. I'm a retired National Park Ranger, so I've had the opportunity to live all over the country, and it's my favorite place. I really love Washington because of all the wildness that's here. You know, just in this immediate area, we have close to 2 million acres of wildlands around us, and we're in the lower 48. There are only 3 rainforests in the continental United States. This is one. All 3 are in this area. But I think the scenic qualities here are better because this is the only one that has a lake, and we also have a 31-mile loop road that goes back through the rainforest, up along the river, through the National Forest, and down through the National Park, and back around to Lake Quinault Lodge. There's a lot to see here, and people have to sort of decompress before they can actually get out and enjoy it. People come here to see the rainforest, in many cases expecting it to be raining. If they come prepared, that's terrific. It doesn't always rain here, though. We have a normal dry season.
You'll have a day like this, and maybe the next day will be rainy and overcast. And we've been here when it is rainy and overcast. So you walk a little bit, but then you gather in the lodge and sit by the fireplace and talk to other guests and read. It really is a wonderful experience.
and then the rains start in mid-September. A little bit heavier in October, and by November it can rain pretty hard, but it's not a constant thing. You are in the wettest place in the continental United States right here, according to the National Weather Service.
But it's beautiful, you know, and that's why it's so green and lush here.
One word would almost do it, and that is green. Everything is green. The tree trunks are green, the tree limbs are green, the ground is green.
Right.
We're flatlanders
Oh, wow.
from South Georgia.
Right.
And the mountains we find just to be spectacular.
Oh,
So is this a place that you would recommend?
highly,
Oh, sure.
highly. We talk to friends at home and we always tell them, fly to Seattle and you can rent a car and do the whole
Do the
peninsula.
Olympic Peninsula.
It's wonderful.
I absolutely believe there is a responsibility when you share with people the things that you love. Now, hopefully, when people come here and they see this beauty and splendor and vistas and the wildlife, they will go away with more of an appreciation for the Lake Quinault rainforest in general, and nature in general.
Lake Quinault Lodge, its rich history, stunning beauty, and warm family atmosphere are all great reasons to visit. Recently, the lodge has undergone a facelift, a massive 2-year renovation, restoring interiors to its early 20th century decor to further honor their rich history.
When you walk in now, it really tells the story, the historic, gives you that historic feel when you walk into the lobby, now more so than it did before.
As you've seen, there are many reasons to visit Grays Harbor County, including friendly people and a small town atmosphere where everyone knows your name.